77 minutes of pure nightmarish hell. This is the beginning of a new series called Mass Killings and Cults, and this is the 1984 McDonald's Massacre. In July of 1984, 41-year-old James Huberty would tell his wife that something is wrong with his head. He was convinced he had some sort of mental health problem. On July 17, 1984, he would call a mental health facility requesting an appointment. The message taker assured him that he would get a call back, and he actually sat by his phone for several hours waiting for a call. It never came. The message taker would later say that they didn't feel James was in any kind of distress, so his message was labeled as non-crisis. And at 3:56 p.m. on July 18, 1984, a crisis would begin. Shortly before this time, James would leave his house, but not before telling his wife, "I want to kiss you goodbye." She asked when he would be home for dinner, and he said, "I won't be home. I'm going hunting for humans." Walking out of his home with guns strapped to him, he made eye contact with his oldest daughter, Zelia, and coldly said, "Goodbye, I will not be back." Now back to 3:56 p.m., James Huberty enters the McDonald's with a 9mm HP semi-automatic pistol, a 9mm Uzi carbine, and a Winchester 12-gauge pump-action shotgun, and a bag stuffed full of ammunition. There were 45 people inside the restaurant. He walked up to 16-year-old employee John Arnold and fired his shotgun, but it misfired. He then shot the shotgun into the air, pulled out his Uzi, and shot a 22-year-old manager, Neva Kane, directly in the face. He would then go on to virtually massacre everyone inside the McDonald's restaurant, and this is in the San Ysidro neighborhood of San Diego, California. Everyone in the building was trying to hide under tables, going behind the counters, but virtually no one was able to escape him. One man used himself as a shield to protect children, and he got shot several times but survived. Pregnant 18-year-old Jackie Reyes used herself as a shield, and she got shot 48 times with the Uzi. He shot an 8-month-old baby. An elderly couple was walking into the McDonald's. They hadn't heard the shots yet. James noticed and then shot the wife, injuring the husband. The husband was then holding his dead wife, cussing and screaming at the shooter when James shot him in the head. James murdered 21 people and injured 19 more. The first 911 calls hit about 4 minutes after it started. The police went to the wrong McDonald's. Several calls were made. It took 77 minutes from the very first 911 call for this deadly massacre to be over. Police got in a shootout with James, and he was eventually shot dead. The horror finally ended at 5:17 p.m. A sniper took him out, but far too late.